My brother stole my girlfriend right before I proposed. My family took his side. Years later, they're all begging me to come back. What I'm about to tell you destroyed my family forever. And honestly, I have zero regrets. By the end of this story, you'll understand why I cut them all off and never looked back. But let me start from the beginning, because you need to understand how perfect everything seemed before it all went to hell. The life I thought I had. 3 years ago, I had everything figured out. Great job as a senior software engineer at a tech company in Seattle. Beautiful girlfriend of 4 years, Emma. Loving family back home in Portland. I was 29, she was 27, and I was planning to propose on our anniversary trip to Hawaii in 2 months. I had the ring picked out. 3 months' salary. Platinum band with her grandmother's diamond that her mom had given me. The whole romantic setup planned on the beach at sunset. What I didn't know was that my entire life was about to implode in the most brutal way possible. My younger brother Jake was 26, always been the golden child, star athlete in high school, charismatic, the kind of guy who walks into a room and everyone gravitates toward him. My parents adored him. Jake can do no wrong. That was the family motto. Me, I was the responsible one, the stable one. Translation: boring. Jake had moved to Seattle 6 months earlier. Lost his job in Portland, needed a fresh start. I helped him find an apartment, loaned him money, got him interviews. That's what big brothers do, right? That was my first mistake. Emma and I had been together since college. She was kind, funny, ambitious. Marketing manager at a startup. We talked about kids, buying a house, the whole future. She met Jake a few times over the years at family gatherings. They got along fine. Normal sibling-partner relationship. When Jake moved to Seattle, Emma said, "We should help him get settled. He doesn't know anyone here." So we did. Dinners once a week. Invited him to our friend gatherings, game nights, beach trips. I thought I was being a good brother. I was actually introducing my girlfriend to the man who would destroy everything. The first signs I missed. Looking back, the signs were there. I just didn't want to see them. It started small. Emma mentioning Jake more in conversations. Jake told me this funny story today. Jake recommended this restaurant. When did she talk to Jake? I didn't think much of it. Then she started dressing up more for our weekly dinners with him. I want to look nice. Okay, sure. She'd check her phone more, smile at texts, just work stuff. But the real red flag, she started comparing us. Jake's so spontaneous, he just books trips on a whim. Jake's really into fitness, maybe we should work out together. Jake's thinking about starting his own business, that's so brave. I'd respond defensively, I'm saving for our future, for a house, for stability. I know, she'd say, that's important too. But her tone said otherwise. What I didn't know was that they were already texting every single day, multiple times a day. The weekend that changed everything. 2 months before Hawaii, 2 months before I was going to propose, my company sent me to a conference in San Francisco. Thursday through Sunday, 4 days, Emma couldn't come. Too much work, you go have fun. I kissed her goodbye Thursday morning, told her I loved her, she said it back. That was the last time she said it and meant it. The conference was boring. I texted Emma throughout. She responded, but slower than usual. Busy day. Client crisis. Talk later. Friday night I finished early and decided to surprise her. Caught an earlier flight home. Landed at 10 p.m. Grabbed an Uber straight to our apartment. I had flowers, her favorite wine, thinking we'd have a nice night together. What I found instead destroyed me. I opened the door quietly. Apartment was dark except for candles in the living room. Romantic music playing. My first thought, oh, she's doing something nice for herself. Then I heard the laugh, Emma's laugh, from the bedroom. And then I heard my brother's voice. Everything stopped. My heart, my breathing, time itself. I stood there frozen. Maybe 30 seconds, maybe 5 minutes, I don't know. Then I heard it clearly. I love you. That was Emma. I love you too. That was Jake. And that's when something inside me died. The confrontation. I didn't burst in screaming. I didn't throw things. I just walked to the bedroom and opened the door. They were in my bed under my sheets, wearing my shirts that they'd pulled on when they heard the door. Emma's face went white. Oh my God, Jake sat up. Dude, I can explain. I just stared at them, completely calm, which somehow made it worse. How long? My voice didn't sound like mine. Emma started crying. Please let me. How long? Jake ran his hand through his hair. 2 months. 2 months. Half of the time he'd been in Seattle, while I was helping him, supporting him, being his brother. Get out, I said, quiet, controlled. We need to talk about this, Emma said. There's nothing to talk about. Get out of my apartment, both of you. This is my apartment too, Emma stood up. My name's on the lease. I don't care, get out now. Jake was getting dressed, fast, not looking at me. Emma was pleading, please just listen. We didn't mean for this to happen, it happened. We fell in love, you can't control love. That's when I finally looked at her, really looked at her. You're right, you can't control love, but you can control betrayal. You can control lying to someone every day. You can control screwing your boyfriend's brother in his own bed. She flinched. Pack your stuff and leave. If you're not gone in 20 minutes, I'm calling the cops. On what grounds? Jake finally spoke. Bold now. Trespassing, breaking and entering. I'll figure it out. They left. Took some of Emma's clothes, said they'd come back for the rest. I sat on my couch until sunrise, didn't move, didn't cry, just sat there. When I called home, Saturday morning I called my mom, told her everything, expected support, comfort, anger on my behalf. That's not what I got. She was quiet for a long moment, then, oh honey, that's complicated. Complicated, Mom, he slept with my girlfriend. I know, but people fall in love. You can't help who you fall in love with. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Are you seriously defending him right now? I'm not defending anyone, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to this. Emma's a wonderful girl, Jake's your brother, maybe this is just how it was meant to be. How it was meant to be, I was going to propose to her, silence. You were, her voice got smaller. In 2 months, I had the ring, I had everything planned. Oh, well, maybe it's better this happened now before what, before I married her. Yeah, great timing, really dodged a bullet there. Don't be sarcastic. Mom, whose side are you on? More silence. Then, there are no sides, this is family. Exactly, I'm your family, your son, and my brother betrayed me in the worst way possible. You're both my sons, I love you both equally. And that's when I knew she'd already chosen. Call me when you figure out whose side you should be on. I hung up. Dad called an hour later. Your mother's upset. So am I. Look, son, I get it, this sucks, but Jake called us this morning. He's devastated. He never meant to hurt you. But he did hurt me, that's the point. He fell in love. It happens. You're mature enough to understand that relationships don't always work out the way we plan. This isn't about a relationship not working out, this is about betrayal. Don't be dramatic. That word, dramatic. I'm dramatic for being upset that my brother screwed my girlfriend. Watch your language, I laughed, actually laughed. That's what you're concerned about right now, my language. You need to calm down and think about this rationally. I am thinking rationally. And rationally, Jake destroyed our relationship, and you're defending him. I'm not defending anyone, I'm trying to keep this family together. Then you should probably talk to the person who tore it apart. I hung up on him too. The family meeting from hell. My parents called a family meeting the next weekend, at their house in Portland. Said we all needed to talk this through like adults. I almost didn't go, but some part of me thought maybe if they see me in person they'll understand. I was so naive. I drove down Saturday morning, got to the house at noon. Jake's car was already there. Inside, everyone was in the living room. Mom, Dad, Jake, my younger sister Bate, she was 24, and Emma. Emma was there, in my parents' house. Like she belonged there. What is she doing here? I looked at my mom. She's part of this too, Mom said gently. We need to hear everyone's perspective. No, absolutely not. I turned to leave. Please, Emma stood up. Please just listen. I have nothing to say to you. But I have things to say to you, Dad intervened. Sit down, both of you. We're going to handle this like adults. I sat, on the opposite side of the room from them. For 2 hours, I listened to the most insane justifications I've ever heard. The explanations. Jake went first. Look, man, I never planned this, it just happened. Emma and I, we connected, on a level I've never experienced before. I tried to fight it, I swear I did, but love is, don't, my voice cut through, don't you dare talk to me about love. I do love her and she loves me, that's real. You want to know what's real? You stabbing me in the back, that's real. Emma's turn. I never meant to hurt you. You have to believe that what Jake and I have. It's different. It's passionate. It's based on betrayal and lies. No, it's real, more real than what you and I had. That one hurt, I won't lie. So our 4 years meant nothing. That's not what I'm saying. I loved you, I did, but what I feel for Jake, I never felt that with you. Bait, my sister, jumped in. Maybe you guys just weren't meant to be together, and that's okay. Now everyone can find their real happiness. I stared at her. Are you serious right now? What? I'm trying to be supportive. Supportive of what? Of our brother being a backstabbing. Don't call him that. Mom's voice was sharp. And there it was. Dad cleared his throat. Here's the reality. Jake and Emma are in love. They want to be together. You're hurt, and that's valid, but holding on to anger isn't going to change anything. So what exactly are you suggesting? I'm suggesting, Dad said carefully, that you try to be happy for them. The room went silent. You want me to be happy for them? Eventually, yes. Are you out of your mind? Don't talk to your father like that, Mom snapped. Then tell me what father would ask his son to celebrate his own betrayal. Jake stood up. Nobody's asking you to celebrate anything. We're just asking you to accept it, to move on. Move on. It's been a week. And you're still being dramatic about it. There was that word again. Dramatic, Emma added. We want to be together, and we're going to be together whether you accept it or not. But it would be nice if we could all still be family. I looked around the room, at all of them, every single one waiting for me to just, what? Give them my blessing. The line in the sand. I stood up, calm, collected. Here's what's going to happen. Jake, you're dead to me. Emma, you too. I never want to see either of you again. Don't be childish, Dad said. I'm not being childish. I'm setting boundaries. They betrayed me in the worst way possible. I'm removing them from my life. That's called self-respect. Mom started crying. You can't mean that. He's your brother. He stopped being my brother when he slept with my girlfriend. That's not fair, Bate protested. You can't just cut people off. Watch me. Jake stepped forward. We're still brothers. We grew up together. You can't just throw that away. You threw it away, not me. You made your choice. It wasn't a choice. I fell in love. You know what? I don't care. I genuinely don't care about your feelings or your love story. You both destroyed me, and now I'm done. I turned to my parents. And if you choose to support them, to welcome them as a couple, to have them at family events, then you're choosing them over me, and I won't be part of this family anymore. My mom gasped. You don't mean that. I've never meant anything more in my life. Dad stood up, angry now. You're being unreasonable. You're asking us to choose between our children. No, Jake made that choice when he betrayed me. You're just deciding which son matters more. We love you both equally. Then you've already made your choice. I walked to the door. Emma called after me. Wait, please, can't we work through this? I turned back one last time. You want to know the really messed up part? I was going to propose to you in 6 weeks. I had your grandmother's diamond. I had everything planned. I was going to spend my life with you. She started crying. I'm so sorry. No, you're not. You're just sorry you got caught. If I hadn't come home early, you'd still be lying to me right now. That's not true. Yes, it is. And you know what? You two deserve each other. You're both liars. You're both selfish. And when this blows up, and it will, don't come crying to me. I looked at my parents. I'll be clearing out my room next week. Don't worry, I won't bother you. And I left. The radio silence. I blocked all of them. Jake, Emma, my parents, Bate, changed my number, deleted social media, moved to a different apartment. At work, I told HR that my brother was not to be given any information about me or my employment. For the first month, it felt like I was underwater. Everything was muffled and heavy. I threw myself into work, got promoted within 3 months, started therapy, started working out seriously, picked up rock climbing. Made new friends who didn't know about my family drama. Slowly, painfully, I rebuilt. But here's what I learned through mutual friends who still talk to me. Jake and Emma got engaged 2 months after everything exploded. My parents threw them an engagement party. Bate was Emma's maid of honor. They set the wedding date for exactly what would have been my 5-year anniversary with Emma. The disrespect was intentional. They wanted me to know. Year 1, the wedding. They sent me an invitation to my new address that I hadn't given them. They'd hired a private investigator to find me. The invitation was elegant, expensive. Jake and Emma request the honor of your presence. At the bottom, handwritten, we hope you can find it in your heart to be there. Mom and Dad, I burned it. The wedding happened. I didn't go. Spent that weekend in Vancouver with new friends. Hiked. Drank. Didn't think about them, but I got photos anyway. Someone who knew me sent them. The whole family smiling. Emma in a gorgeous dress. Jake looking proud. My parents beaming. My spot in the family had been filled. Like I never existed. I deleted the photos. Blocked that person too. Year 2, the cracks start showing. Through the grapevine, a former college friend who knew both families, I heard things were getting rough. Jake's business venture failed. He'd quit his job to pursue his dreams of starting a sports marketing company. Sunk all his savings and my parents' investment money into it. Went bankrupt in 8 months. Emma's startup folded. Mass layoffs. She was jobless. They moved in with my parents, both of them, rent-free. My parents were supporting them financially, paying their bills, their car payments. Everything. Bate had apparently distanced herself too. Moved to Chicago, barely called home, according to my friend. Your mom keeps asking about you, but your dad won't let her reach out, says you made your choice. I made my choice, that's rich. Then year 2 holiday season, my phone rang, unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Hello, hey, it's Bate. Silence. How did you get this number? I have my ways. Look, I know you don't want to hear from family, but I need to tell you something. I'm hanging up. Mom has cancer. I froze. What? Breast cancer, stage 3. They found it 2 months ago. She's starting chemo next week. I couldn't speak. Dad wanted to tell you, but he's stubborn, says you abandoned us, but Mom asks about you every day. She wants to see you. Does Jake know? Of course, he's been at the house constantly, very devoted son. Her voice dripped with sarcasm. I notice you sound different. Yeah, well, I woke up. Me long enough. What happened? Bates sighed. I watched them treat you like garbage for 2 years, watched Jake and Emma act like victims, watched our parents enable all of it, and I realized you were right about everything. Bit late for that. I know, and I'm sorry. I was stupid and immature. You're my brother and I took their side because it was easier. So why are you calling me now? Because Mom's sick, and she wants to see you, and despite everything, don't you want to see her? Did I? I honestly didn't know. I'll think about it. That's all I'm asking, but hey, there's something else you should know. What? Jake and Emma's marriage is a disaster. The unraveling. Bate told me everything. They fought constantly. Money stress. Jake was drinking too much. Emma resented him for the failed business that lost her parents' investment money too. The passionate love that was so special. Turns out it was just infatuation and lust built on the excitement of an affair. When reality hit, they had nothing. Emma had apparently confided in my mom that she missed how stable things were with me, how I had my life together, how Jake was exhausting. My mom, to her credit, apparently said, "You made your choice, now live with it." Jake spent most nights at the bar, coming home drunk, picking fights. They were miserable, but too proud to admit they destroyed everything for nothing. They ask about you sometimes, Bates said. Jake especially, I think he regrets it. He should. Emma too, she apparently cries a lot. Not my problem. I know, I just thought you'd want to know that karma came for them. It did. That's good enough for me. But it wasn't about revenge anymore. I genuinely moved on. Year 3, the call. Year 3 spring, I was dating someone new, Jessica, a teacher completely different from Emma, down to earth, honest. No drama, we'd been together 6 months, it was healthy, happy, easy, I was becoming the person I was meant to be. Then my phone rang, Dad's number, I'd never unblocked it, this was a new number, against my better judgment I answered. Hello, it's your father. His voice was different, tired, older. What do you want? Your mother. She's not doing well, the cancer spread. In hospice now. My chest tightened. I'm sorry to hear that. She keeps asking for you every day. She wants to see you before. He didn't finish. Before she dies, I finished for him. Yes, I closed my eyes, put her on the phone. She's asleep right now, but could you come, please, just once? Is Jake there? Pause. Yes, he lives here. Then no. For God's sake, she's dying. And I'm sorry about that, genuinely, but I'm not walking into that house with him there. He's your brother. No, he's not. He stopped being my brother 3 years ago. You're really going to let your pride keep you from saying goodbye to your mother? That hit hard, but I stood firm. It's not pride, it's self-preservation. Tell you what, if you want me to see her, it'll be on my terms. What terms? Just her, no Jake, no Emma, no you, just me and her, in a neutral location. That's not reasonable. Those are my terms, take them or leave them. He hung up on me. The hospital visit. 2 days later, Bate called again. She agreed to your terms, tomorrow 2 p.m. the hospital, just you and her. Dad promised to keep Jake away. I didn't trust them, but I went anyway. I showed up at the hospital, private room. I walked in and barely recognized her. The cancer had ravaged her, thin, frail, hooked up to machines, but when she saw me, her eyes lit up. My boy, she whispered. I sat beside her bed, took her hand. Hi, Mom. She started crying. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. I should have supported you. I should have been on your side. I chose wrong. I chose wrong and I lost you. You did. Can you ever forgive me? I thought about it, really thought about it. Maybe someday, but not today. She nodded, understanding. Are you happy? She asked. I am. I really am. Are you with someone? Yeah, her name's Jessica. Mom smiled weakly. Is she good to you? She is. She's wonderful. Then I'm happy for you. That's all I ever wanted. We sat in silence for a while. Then she said, Jake asks about you constantly. He regrets everything. I don't care. He wants to apologize. I don't want to hear it. He's your brother. Mom, don't, please, you're dying. Let's not spend your last days fighting about Jake. She squeezed my hand. You're right, I'm sorry. We talked for an hour about my life, my job, Jessica, safe topics. Then she said something that broke me. I was wrong about everything. You were the good son. You were always the good son, and I threw you away for the one who destroyed you. I couldn't speak. I hope you can forgive me someday, but if you can't, I understand. I'll try, Mom, I promise I'll try. She died 4 days later. Bate called me. I went to the funeral. Jake tried to talk to me. I walked away. Emma tried to apologize. I ignored her. Dad tried to guilt me into making peace with your brother. I left. At the graveside, I said my goodbye to Mom. And goodbye to that entire family. The present day. It's been 6 months since the funeral. Jessica and I got engaged last month. Small proposal, just us. Perfect. We're planning a small wedding, just close friends, no family. Last week I got a message on LinkedIn from Jake. Please, I need to talk to you. Everything fell apart. Emma left me. I lost everything. I made the biggest mistake of my life. Please, can we just talk? I stared at it for a long time. Then I blocked him. 2 days ago, Dad called, left a voicemail. Your brother's in a bad place. He's depressed, drinking heavily. He needs his brother. He needs his family. Please put aside your differences and help him. I deleted it without finishing. This morning, Emma sent me an email. The subject line, I'm sorry. I didn't open it, sent it straight to spam. Because here's what I learned. Some betrayals are unforgivable. Some bridges once burned should stay ashes. Final thoughts. People tell me I should forgive, that I should let it go. That holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. But I'm not angry, I'm not holding on to anything. I'm just living my life without them in it, and I'm happy, genuinely happy. Jessica and I are building something real, something based on trust and honesty. We have friends who are loyal, we have careers we love, we have a future that doesn't include people who prove they can't be trusted. Do I think about them sometimes? Sure. Do I wonder if I made the right choice? Sometimes. But then I remember they made the choice, not me. They chose betrayal over loyalty. They chose passion over integrity. They chose themselves over me. And I chose me over them. And I'd make that choice again every single time. So Reddit, am I the asshole for cutting off my entire family and refusing to reconcile even though my brother regrets everything? Edit, wow, this blew up. Thanks for all the support. Some people are asking if I ever feel guilty. Honestly, no. They had 3 years to make it right. They didn't. Now it's too late. Edit 2. Someone asked what happened to the ring with Emma's grandmother's diamond. I returned it to Emma's mom directly with a note explaining what happened. She apologized profusely and said she had no idea Emma was capable of that. We still exchange Christmas cards. Edit 3. For everyone asking about Jessica, yes, she knows everything. I told her on our 3rd date. She said, that's horrible, but it explains why you're so intentional about trust. That's when I knew she was the one. Update, Jake showed up at my apartment last night. Jessica called the cops. He's been served with a restraining order. Some people never learn. Thanks for reading. Sometimes the family you choose. is better than the family you're born into.